The last time we spoke about Mark Kretschmar, he was on the run. His father couldn't say where he is and there was no news out about him. Current reportings are making headlines with Kretschmar in the docks. So the man got arrested. Let's get straight into this article so that we can find out where we are with this financial thriller.
FBI, open up!
Shackled and disheveled, rogue broker Kretschmar in dock for multi-million rand fraud. Chained at the ankles, alleged fraudster Mark Kretschmar appeared in the Alexandra Magistrates Court on Thursday as victims seek justice over millions lost in bogus investment. Johannesburg broker Mark Kretschmar faces multiple fraud charges, including a 30 million rand case in Bedfordview and a case in Bramley for more than 2 million rand. Kretschmar appeared in the Alexandra Magistrates Court and was detained until his next court date, 12th of August, when he will apply for bail. Two of his alleged victims said they hoped Kretschmar received the harshest punishment. When rogue broker Mark Kretschmar made his way from the holding cells with chains around his ankles and into the dock at the Alexandra Magistrates Court on Thursday, Claire felt satisfied. She had been trying to track down the Johannesburg financial broker for months, and when she heard he was arrested on Wednesday, she was determined to see him face justice. Claire claimed that the 30 million rand she had invested in him had vanished. Kretschmar was in court Thursday facing fraud charges in another case, defrauding another woman of more than 2 million rand. However, News 24 understands he is also said to be charged with defrauding Claire of 30 million rand. Yo, nah, this old is not gonna have a nice time in jail. My bro, suicide. If I were you, suicide. You've lived out your life, my bro. The 2 million rand case involves a woman who claimed Kretschmar defrauded her after she invested with him in 2020. The case was opened at the Bramley police station and he handed himself over at the same station on Wednesday. The woman is one of many alleged victims, including widows, close friends, and even his own family members who entrusted Kretschmar with their hard-earned retirement. This man has no honor, someone that is willing to scam his family so that he alone can live lekker. That is not an honorable person. Many spoke to News 24 previously and shared how he left a trail of devastation after he disappeared with their investments. Kretschmar now faces additional charges for the alleged 30 million rand fraud after Claire filed a complaint at the Bedfordview police station. News 24 understands he will be formally charged at the Germiston police station before his next court appearance on 12th of August. So the next couple of days is going to be really eventful for this guy. Claire described the moment she faced him in court on Thursday. She said his case was called and the man labored up the stairs with the weight of the chains around his ankles. That in itself was satisfying. She said Kretschmar locked eyes with her. Of all the audacity, this man turns to look around the courtroom to see who had attended. He sees us sitting there and stares at us for what seemed like the longest time. He looked bewildered and disheveled. I bet he didn't plan to see you there, and when he did, he was so shocked that all he could do was to continue looking at you. On his way down the stairs, he looked back at us and said, "I'm really sorry." He continued to stare us down. At that moment, there was so much anger inside of me. Whoa, that had to be really tense. Claire's anger turned to relief when the court postponed Kretschmar's bail hearing to 12th of August. This one man has wrecked so many lives, and the probability that he can do the same again while out on bail is terrifying. As long as he has a cell phone and a voice, he can wreak even more havoc. The victim in the 2 million rand Bramley case praised the tireless efforts of the investigating officer, Sergeant Sylvia Rolani Tserema, who spearheaded the effort to secure Kretschmar's surrender. The woman said, "I am extremely relieved that he has finally been arrested and charged. The wheels of justice turn slowly, but they do turn." The investigating officer, Sergeant Tserema, at the Bramley police station went the extra mile to track Mark down once she had the necessary documentation and authorization. He evaded arrest until his lawyer was able to negotiate that he would hand himself in yesterday, which he did. She also praised News 24 for breaking the story and following up on it. For a decade, Kretschmar ran PCS Holding, a boutique investment business in Boutique is just like a fancy word for like upline, but very often boutique is my bullshit, as you can see. His clients told News 24 that after building rapport and trust with friends and acquaintances, he would approach them to invest. His speech focused on solid long-term growth, not rapid returns. You know, when they sell you that long-term growth, right, you always have to make sure that you have solid information, verifiable documentation to make your decision off of, because in the long run, this guy could have gained so many people to scam that you may just think, okay, now he has this kind of money. In the meantime, he scammed to get that kind of money. The FSCA, which regulates South Africa's financial markets, is also investigating him after receiving at least 6 complaints. Lay your complaints, guys. Its preliminary assessment team is probing whether the complaints give rise to a reasonable suspicion of contraventions of financial sector laws. The regulator said Kretschmar served as a mandated representative of another financial services provider, Freedom Capital, from late 2014 to January this year, when the firm terminated his mandate. An attorney for Freedom Capital previously said it was unaware that Kretschmar was using its financial services provider number in the way he did, adding he appeared to have gone rogue. Do you guys understand why it's a danger signing up for services with juristic reps? Because shit like this happens. The firm is seeking to have him debarred. The victim in the Bramley case criticized Freedom Capital and financial regulatory bodies like the FSCA for their alleged failure to prevent the fraud. Financial institutions like the FSCA and Freedom Capital should be doing more to acknowledge their responsibility in allowing this to continue for so long and help the victims recoup their losses. Had Freedom Capital and its compliance officers executed their responsibilities diligently, they would have identified the irregularities in clients' accounts opened under their license, the woman said. And I agree with her there. You must understand that when it comes to juristic reps, right, the FSP, the legal FSP, they scrutinize everyone that's working under the FSP. And it is like this lady say, if compliance investigated him thoroughly, they would have come up with something before January this year to have him removed from the FSP. Instead, only January this year, when things hit the fan, now you want to see Freedom Capital getting involved and being like, oh no, we don't know anything about this. She added she hoped Kretschmar would receive the harshest punishment for the lives he ruined. Yep, it would be wonderful if he received the longest possible sentence for all the lives he shattered and his victims received some sort of restitution. I'm not sure if victims will be receiving restitution because generally once these guys come out of hiding, that normally means that the money is up. They have no reason to hide anymore. Or it might just be that they stashed the money away for a later day. But this bruh is old already. So he's hoping to get what? 10 years, come out and then enjoy that money again? I don't flippin' think so. But guys, this is the chat that I am constantly bringing to you guys about why you need to be careful when you move with juristic reps, especially the juristic reps that is signed under the FSPs of foreign entities. They can pack up easily and leave, my bro. Then the juristic rep is left high and dry here, and you are also left high and dry here. Meanwhile, they have the money they already spent. So be careful when you guys throw your money at people. Do the correct due diligence. And ask, like, for me, the main thing is the track record thing. If you're going to give your money to someone, make sure that person knows what they're doing. And the only way we'll be able to know what they're doing is through a track record. Regardless of what people want to show you, regardless of what they can show you, go for the important things, the stuff that can't be faked. So when it comes to the point of you're going to make a decision now, you're not making a decision based on the lifestyle that person lived, or based on the fact that you know him personally. You're going to be making a decision based on, can he perform, yes or no? You see? So think twice before you guys throw your money away. Thank you so much for joining. When there's updates, I will most definitely come and bring it to you all. I'll see you all in my next video. Cheers.